Go. Awesome. And all right. So hello and welcome to the third annual Student Affairs Assessment Leader Awards. My name is Kyle Amore. I'm from Santa Clara University in San Jose, California, and I'm the Vice President for Community Development and Engagement. I'm excited to be your MC, but it's really going to be the entire Community Development and Engagement Committee who's kind of going to serve as your MC today. So we are recording this session, as I just mentioned. We're going to be sharing it on the SAAL YouTube channel. And since we are recording, if you're comfortable to do so, we do want you to turn your cameras on so we can see your faces, especially if you are one of the folks receiving one of our awards. With that, also, please make sure that you are muted throughout the presentations, just so we don't get any distracting background noise. That is much appreciated. Before we start, I would like to recognize the awards committee and everyone who has been working to make this happen. So I want to send a special shout out to Ashley Farmer Hansen. She's done a lot of work in the background with coordination and logistics. And then before we get started, well, next I would like to is Bina, are you here? She wasn't sure if she was going to be able to make it or not.
I am here by the skin of my chinny chin chin.
Excellent. So I would like to introduce you all to Bina Moshe, our new SAL president. Bina, would you like to just say a few words, talk about a little bit about like what SAL is, especially for maybe some folks who are newer to the organization?
Right, it's my pleasure to do so, and it's so great to meet with you all this afternoon. I don't know where you all are. I'm in Pittsburgh, and we are buried in snow and have been since Saturday. I hope you all are not. The only good thing is they've canceled school for all week, so appreciate that anyway. So I just wanted to say thank you for attending the awards ceremony, and I appreciate everything that everyone does. I'm going to go over the mission and values of SAL, and I want to just emphasize that mission and values matter because they ground our work, they clarify who we are, why we exist, and how we show up for those we serve. For Saul, they guide our decisions, they shape our priorities, and ensure that our work remains purposeful, ethical, and community centered. Our mission at SAL is to create a robust, active, and inclusive community committed to supporting and advancing critical conversations with resources and scholarly endeavors related to student affairs assessment. What do we value? We value curiosity, asking questions of ourselves and the profession, fostering dialogues, engaging our community to co create solutions to challenges related to assessment and data informed decision making. We value community, encouraging collaboration, engagement, outreach, and reliance upon one another in thought, care, support for advancing student affairs assessment practice, knowledge, and resources. We value equity, championing practices of assessment that leverage data to close equity gaps, foster inclusive communities, and dismantle inequitable systems and structures. And finally, last but certainly not least, is responsibility, fostering and leading with authenticity and accountability amongst SAL leadership, across SAL membership, and to the student affairs field to ensure we are working together to create measurable and effective student affairs assessment practices by providing professional learning. I know that's why I joined SAL when I saw the mission and the values of the organization. They very much aligned with both my personal mission and values, as well as my professional mission and values. So I welcome you all here to the very deserving awards that you are receiving today. And it's my pleasure to serve you all on the SAL board. And please reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns, or you want to get involved. We welcome having you. Thank you.
And thank you, Dina. So the SAAL words are a recognition of the assessment work of our members, I'm sorry, that are advancing the field of student affairs assessment and furthering the mission and value of SAL. So just to give you a little bit of background and context, SAL put out a call for nominations to our members to solicit nominations for these awards, and we received a little more than 20 awards across 10 different award categories. The Community Development and Engagement Committee, that's made up, oh, I need to advance the slide. That's made up of Ashley Farmer Hansen, Sophie Touye, Karina Knudsen, Brooke Arrington, Katie Rossler, and Matthew Inman helped to go through this process with the award applications this year. We also invited award recipients from last year to help us look at the nominations and be a part of the process. There was limited availability this year, but we welcomed all of the input and help that we did receive from last year's winners. So selection of the SAL awards are based off of value, relevance, or SAL values, relevance to the award categories, whether there was sufficient evidence of impact, clarity, and organization of the nomination. And all of this was put into a rubric that was made available to all of the nominators as they were constructing their awards nomination. For today, when we announce our recipients, if you are one of the recipients, we're going to invite you to say hello to everyone. We want to make sure that everyone can see who you are and recognize you for the great work that you've done. We are excited to let all of our winners and nominees and nominators know that they will also be recognized in a upcoming SAL blog post along with this video. So for anyone who wants to review the awards nomination or the award ceremony. Winners will be receiving a certificate and also a SAL pin. That will be mailed to you at a later date. If you win, you'll be getting communication from me or someone on the committee who will be collecting names, email addresses, or names, addresses, those kinds of things. And then lastly, if you are selected as an award recipient, can you please stay on so that we can do a Zoom photo of everyone for the blog? That would be most excellent. But with that, without further ado, I would like to introduce Karina to announce our first recipient. So Karina.
Great. Thank you, Kyle. So I have the honor to be presenting the SAL Legacy Award. The SAL Legacy Award is an individual award to highlight a professional who has made substantial and lasting contributions to the field of student affairs assessment over time. This year's recipient is Dr. Gavin Henning. Dr. Henning was nominated by Dr. Darby Roberts and Dr. Joe Levy. In their nominations, they highlighted Dr. Henning as a visionary leader and the founding chair of SAL. Dr. Henning's influence has fundamentally shaped the landscape of student affairs assessment. Since gathering a small group of pioneers nearly 20 years ago, Gavin has transformed a niche need for networking into a vibrant, inclusive community, serving as a selfless mentor and a beacon for countless professionals. Beyond his foundational leadership, he is a prolific scholar and sought-after speaker, known for integrating equity-minded practices, design thinking, and data-driven systems to dismantle barriers to student success. Whether he is directing graduate programs at New England College, authoring definitive text, or facilitating workshops with his trademark humility and positive outlook, Gavin's tireless commitment to curiosity and collective knowledge exemplifies the very mission of SAL. Gavin, I can see you're here, so please, we invite you to say hello so we all can see you and congratulate you on your award.
Great, thanks so much. It really is an honor to be recognized by this organization and as well as colleagues and friends. But really, I think this award should go to the 10 folks who joined that conference call back in September of 2008. I already know Darby won this award last year, but those other folks include Aaron Bentram, Katie Busby, Becky Elkins, Ted Elling, Yelena Johnson, Sandy Osters, Carrie Zelna, and Sherry Woosley. These folks are the ones who really thought that we needed a group of people, a network to learn from each other, to really connect and network. And I know I learned a lot about assessment from these folks, especially in those early years when there really wasn't a lot of learning that we could do from books or organizations. And so it really is exciting to see how SAL has grown over the years. but still, as Bina mentioned, committed to those values and that mission that we started with. And it's exciting to see how it's grown. So thank you very much.
Congrats, Gavin. And thank you for all the work that you do. Next, I would like to introduce Brooke as our next presenter.
It is my pleasure to present the Emerging Assessment Professional Award. This award is an individual award that highlights a professional who is new to the assessment field, typically less than 3 years. This year's recipient is Alex Green from the Ohio State University. Alex was nominated by Erica Reagan. In her nomination, Erica highlights that Alex Green is an innovative research analyst at Ohio State, who has quickly set new standards for student affairs assessment. Driven by a commitment to data-driven decision-making and digital access, Alex pioneered automated API integrations to provide real-time insights for basic needs services and redesigned data dashboards to be fully screen reader compatible. By bridging the gap between complex analytics and actionable intelligence, he has empowered senior leaders and campus partners alike, modeling the technical expertise and inclusive values essential to the future of the profession. Alex, if you are here, we invite you to say hello so we can all see you and congratulate you.
Hi, thank you. I'm very honored to receive this award. I want to say a big thank you to Erica Regan and also my manager, Chrissy Edmonds, who have helped me really grow in this role over the past 2 years and have made it possible for me to do this great work for student life at Ohio State.
Awesome. Congratulations again, Alex. Next, I would like to introduce Ashley.
Hello, everyone. I will be presenting the Equity Minded Assessment Award. So this is a team or individual award for living out the values of equity, diversity, inclusion, and social justice and ensuring they're a meaningful part of assessment work. The recipient today is Campus Recreation at Santa Clara University. Campus Recreation was nominated by Kyle Amore. In his nomination, Kyle notes that over the past year, campus recreation at Santa Clara University has successfully transitioned from performative metrics to data-driven operational equity. By integrating social justice into their employment program, the team used learning assessments to redesign training, resulting in 100% of staff being able to articulate their role in fostering inclusion. Furthermore, the team responded to campus assessment data highlighting a lack of belonging among LGBTQ+ students by converting underutilized space into a semi-private workout area. This closing the loop approach has dismantled physical and cultural barriers, directly increasing wellness and a sense of belonging for historically marginalized students at Santa Clara. If someone from Campus Recreation is here, we invite you to say hello so we can see you all.
Hi, I'll say hello this morning. This is Janice DeMonsi, Director of Recreation at Santa Clara for Campus Rec. Obviously, our work is supported by Kyle, which we appreciate all of his help in guiding us and also forcing us to kind of use data and make these decisions. Not that we weren't looking at data before Kyle's role got to campus, but I think he's been integral in us looking at all of the work that we do with a different lens. And obviously, all the work of the people that are on this call are also doing that same thing because you're motivating us and encouraging us to look at the numbers and really ensure that we're doing what's best for our student campuses. So thank you.
Congratulations, Campus Recreation. Next, I would like to introduce Matthew.
Thank you, Ashley. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. I have the pleasure to now present to you the Student Voice in Assessment Award. This is a team award for ensuring student voices are meaningfully included throughout the assessment process. And this year's award recipient is the Culture Core International Student Assessment Team at University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. The Culture Core International Student Assessment Team was nominated by Liz Wang. In her nomination, Liz mentioned that the Cultural Core International Student Assessment Group at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities is a student-led initiative designed to bridge the gap between institutional data and the lived experiences of international students. Founded by Liz Wang and spearheaded by student leaders Ali, Shinman, and Somalia, The group moved beyond traditional top-down analysis by empowering students to interpret survey data and co-create actionable recommendations. This collaborative approach culminated in a high-profile presentation to senior administrators and the generation of a campus-wide report, ensuring that international student voices directly influence university policy. By fostering a culture of advocacy and inclusivity, the group has transformed raw data into a powerful tool for building a more equitable campus. If someone from the Culture Care Core is present here today, we invite you to say hello so we can all see you.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Liz. Thank you to the awards committee and the Student Affairs Assessment leaders for this award. As an international student who has spent many years in the US, I've often been asked to speak for international students, yet I've always felt like I need to be careful with that role because from my first-hand experiences, while international students may be a smaller community on campus, there's immense diversity with it. So when I moved into a professional staff role, responsible for amplifying the voices of over 5,000 students to stakeholders across the campus, I knew this work couldn't be done alone. So I've invited students to partner with me in reviewing and analyzing the data. So what I shared to everybody reflected many perspectives, not just mine. So thank you to Soliana, Shiman, and Ali for your dedication and insight. Because your care and commitment, our campus is one step closer to being more inclusive and accessible for all students. And to my dear colleagues, Marina, who's also in this call, and Anita, thank you for believing in students and creating space for their for their voices. Students bring knowledge, lived experiences, and passion to campus. While there are many reasons, sometimes we hesitate to include students in decision makings, but they don't just belong in conversation that affect their education, but they deserve that seat at the table. So thank you.
Thank you, Liz, and congratulations again to the Culture Core. Next, I would like to introduce you all to Sophie.
Hi, all. I will be presenting the Developing a Culture of Assessment Award. And this is a team award for intentionally fostering a strong assessment and data-informed culture at all levels of an organization. And this year's recipient is the Office of Assessment and Research at the University of Arizona. The Office of Assessment and Research at the University of Arizona was nominated by Marla Rodriguez and a few others. In their nominations, they note that the assessment and research team at the University of Arizona has successfully built a small but mighty culture of assessment that is human-centered, approachable, and deeply relational. In operationalizing SAAL's core values, they have transformed assessment from a technical requirement into a community-driven enterprise. Their influence is best seen through the Assessment Institute, which empowers novices to become leaders, a full circle impact evidenced by former participants who now lead assessment efforts across the state. Through transparency, mentorship, and commitment to student success, the assessment and research team has created a ripple effect that strengthens the profession well beyond their own campus. If there's a representative from the Office of Assessment and Research at the University of Arizona, I invite you to say hi so we can see you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kendra Thompson-Dyke, and I have the distinctive privilege of serving as Director of Assessment and Research at the U of A. I'm delighted to be joined by my dear colleagues, Dr. Ned Tilbrook and Dr. Eliza Sparandiu, if you both would make yourselves known. We are so thrilled to have received this nomination from Marla Rodriguez, and certainly to be a part of SAAL, which has been a critical developer for all of us in learning how to move the needle on assessment. I want to say this really goes to Ned and Eliza and their work, consistently finding ways to innovate and also to enhance critical relationships. SAAL knows probably better than anyone how slow and relational culture change can be. And so we see this as an affirmation of the work that we're trying to do in building strong, equipped professionals, and also are really encouraged to keep on building an assessment culture here that's rigorous, that's collaborative, and is ultimately in the service of our students. So thank you so much for this recognition. It means the world.
Congratulations. And so I will pass it back to Kyle for the next award.
Thank you, Sophie. I will now be presenting the Innovation and Creativity in Assessment Award. So this is a team award for new or unique assessment projects or methods. So this year, the recipients of the Creativity and Innovation Assessment Award goes to Institutional Effectiveness at Nebraska Methodist College. So Institutional Effectiveness at Nebraska Methodist College was nominated by Will Roberts. In his nomination, Will notes that institutional effectiveness at Nebraska Methodist College has successfully transformed data from a statistic requirement into a dynamic silo-busting tool for institutional change. By grounding their work in SAAL's values of curiosity and community, the team has shifted the campus perception of assessment towards a culture of continuous improvement. A shift validated by 91% of staff recognizing assessment as a primary driver for student learning. Particularly innovative is their implementation of service blueprinting, which is a technique borrowed from high-stakes service industries to map student-facing processes from the student's perspective. By integrating employee voices and data to identify these pain points, while also tracking the progress on a transparency scorecard. This has been a unique approach that's moved beyond traditional survey to fundamentally re-engineer the student experience. If there's a representative from Institutional Effectiveness at Nebraska Methodist College, could you please say hello to us?
Yeah. Hi, Kyle. Thanks so much. My name is Will Roberts. I'm really accepting this award on behalf of the Institutional Effectiveness Department at Nebraska Methodist College. I serve as the Director of Outcomes Assessment, so I oversee a lot of the institution-wide assessment processes at the college. But really, my boss, Lindsay Snipes, is our Executive Vice President. She is dynamite, and she really pushes us to innovate in our assessment practices, collaborate across student affairs and academic affairs to improve student success. And I do have to give a shout out to my colleague, Megan Driesen. Also, she's a real rock star in the use of data for continuous improvement across the college. And there's many others, of course, on our team who help to connect the dots and everything. But we're just thrilled that the department is being recognized for our innovative practices and assessment. So thanks so much, Sal.
Yeah, and congratulations again, Will, to you and to the entire institutional effectiveness team at United Methodist. I now would like to introduce Kate, if you're here, to present our next award.
Thank you, Kyle. I would like to present the Exemplary Assessment Work at Minority Serving Institutions Award. To be eligible for this award, an individual or team needs to demonstrate how they are actively advancing and sustaining student success and creating opportunities for students that align with the mission of their specific institution. Minority serving institutions are institutions with the appropriate federal designation. The recipient of this award is Tondra L. Moore, PhD, JD, MPH at Prairie View A&M University, which is an HBCU. Dr. Moore was nominated by Nathan Mitchell. In his nomination, Nathan highlights as the Executive Director of Health Services at Prairie View A&M University that Dr. Moore is a transformative leader who seamlessly bridges technical analytical rigor with human compassion. Dr. Moore has been a pivotal force in institutional success, notably leading the response to SAC-COC accreditation standards and expanding her influence across mental health, substance abuse, and recreational sports services. By consistently asking the critical questions and investigating root causes, she has turned curiosity into results, substantially reducing student wait times while simultaneously driving up satisfaction scores. Her leadership proves that assessment is not just about numbers, but about the responsibility of getting the story right to ensure every student can thrive. Dr. Moore, please say hello so we can see you.
Hello, everyone, and I am extremely flattered by Dr. Mitchell's wonderful and glowing comments. I think that I really appreciate Sal, and I appreciate the way in which my colleagues across the nation are really advancing the importance of using data to support the work that we do so that people truly understand how impactful student affairs work is in truly developing students and ensuring that our workforce is as phenomenal as we know it can be. So I appreciate this. I appreciate the nomination, and I appreciate the association. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Moore, and congratulations again. Next, I would like to introduce Ashley.
I will be now presenting the Outstanding Student Contributions to Assessment Award. This is an individual award for a full-time graduate or undergraduate student for their contributions to assessment at their institution and in the assessment community. This award is not intended to recognize a full-time professional who is also currently pursuing an advanced degree. Students must have been enrolled during the 2023-2024 academic year. The recipient this year is Avina Vamar Vahardi from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Avina was nominated by Dr. Mary Ellen Wade. In her nomination, Dr. Wade notes that as a graduate student at UMBC, Avina Vahardi has demonstrated a sophisticated ability to transform raw data into powerful stories that drive institutional change. Avina is recognized for his technical creativity and proactive professionalism, most notably for developing an exceptional dashboard for retriever integrated health that has become the divisional model for data visualization. By bridging the gap between complex analytics and accessible storytelling, he has empowered staff across the division to engage with data confidently. His work, ranging from patient satisfaction trends to analyzing the GPA outcomes of student leaders, showcase a rare blend of intellectual curiosity and ethical responsibility that pushes the boundaries of student affairs assessment. Avina, please say hello so we could see you if you're here. Well, join me in congratulating him for this honor.
Thank you, Ashley. And next, we would like to welcome Dr. Renee Delgado-Riley, the prior SAAL SAAL president, to present a very special award. Renee, are you here? Okay, cool. In Renee's place, I can present the SAAL Volunteer of the Year award. So this award is determined by the current SAAL president, and it's an award for outstanding service to SAAL in the past academic year. So this year, Renee has nominated and selected the SAAL operations team, which is composed of the communication specialist Jordan Burlington Miller, and then also Treasurer and Secretary Daniel Kazmarek, for all of their work in helping with the operations of SAAL over the past year. As you're aware, SAAL's hit some really great milestones, from officially becoming a nonprofit, to all of Jordan and Dan's work when it comes to fundraising, and really just helping to bolster SAAL and keep moving it forward into the organization that it currently is today. So congratulations to Jordan and also to Dan. With that, we would like to introduce a new part of the SAAL Awards. We want to congratulate all of the winners of this year's awards. You do really make a big difference in your institutions, and then also in the field of student affairs assessment. Before we wrap up the award ceremony, I do have a few more recognitions to do. So please join me in recognizing and thanking all of the outgoing SAAL board members. President Renee Delgado-Riley is an outgoing board member. She's been an instrumental leader in SAAL for the past few years, along with Daniel, who is secretary and also treasurer. Kind of became a combined role during his tenure here with SAAL. Our vice president for profession advancement, Alyssa Brooks Nelson, has rolled off the board, but has done some really amazing leadership. If you've looked at the results of the SAAL, it's not the climate study, the SAAL study that's been conducted here. Alyssa's been a big leader in moving that forward, and then also communication specialist Jordan Burlington Miller. Um, Jordan has helped with a lot of the communications that you've seen and is really amazing when it comes to a lot of graphic design elements. She's the one who's created our background. She's created a lot of the graphics that you've seen in advertisements for SAAL roles. Renee, Dan, Alyssa, and Jordan, thank you for your service and your commitment to SAL. Your leadership has helped guide SAL through some tough times and some big, hard-fought wins for SAL, like officially becoming a 501c3 nonprofit. It is impossible to say how much you put into your roles in a concise manner. So, really, we just want to say thank you. With that, I'd like to turn the mic over to Dan for another special presentation.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kyle. It's not every day that a leader takes up a mantle and leads with everything that they have. We've been very fortunate at SAL over the past years to have one of these leaders. Because of this person's unyielding dedication as president, the board has decided to create a very special award that is only to be given out when they feel like someone truly has gone above and beyond in their service to SAL. So I'm here to introduce the SAL Excellence in Leadership Award. It's a special recognition awarded at the discretion of the SAL board to acknowledge unique and lasting contributions to the development of the SAL organization in the achievement of its mission, vision, values, and goals. It's my honor to name the first ever recipient and inspiration of this award, Renee Delgado Riley. Now, Renee, as you may have seen on LinkedIn, very busy moving across country for a new role. But I'd like to take a few moments just to kind of gloat about all of the great work that Renee has done over the past 3 years. We have a couple of bullet points here. Renee has solidified SAL's organizational structure and financial stability through nonprofit status and really doing a lot of legwork in the paperwork involved in making that happen. She is the co-founder of COSA and has led SAL through major strategic initiatives and the expansion of reach through research, professional development, and community engagement opportunities. I encourage everyone here on the call and everyone viewing this in the future to read Renee's reflection on the SAL blog, which was published in December 2025, which outlines all the achievements of SAL over the past 3 years and the true transformational leadership she brought to the organization. There are too many achievements to simply list here, and their scope does not accurately reflect what makes Renee deserving of this award. It is the spirit in which she led SAL that makes her stand out. She embodied all the values we espouse as an organization and wove them seamlessly through her leadership, fostering dialogues and curiosity, building a collaborative community and a team that centered care, respect, and inclusivity, leading with authenticity and holding us accountable to meet the goals that we set out. I can safely say on behalf of all the board members who have had the pleasure to work with Renee over these past few years, and the SAL members who have been touched by this work, that her leadership has set firm roots from which SAL will continue to grow for years to come. So from all of us, thank you. It's been a pleasure getting to know Renee through this work, and congratulations on this special recognition.
Thank you, Dan, and Renee. A super big thank you just for everything you've done and contributed to SAL. Truly deserving of this award. And with that, we would like to wrap up our awards ceremony. Bina, I don't know if you have any closing words or anything to look forward to this year, but I invite you back up to say a few words.
Thank you, Kyle. I just want to again thank everybody for all of your service. We are looking forward to a great year. My goal this year is to just expand upon what's already been done. We have achieved some great milestones last year, and I can't wait to see what we're going to achieve in the next couple of years based on all the great work that was done before us. So thank you for all the founding members. This is a great organization. I'm so excited to be a part of it, and I'm so excited to be able to serve.
Thank you, Bina, and congratulations again to all of our award recipients. Thank you for everyone who attended today for your participation in the third annual SAAL Awards ceremony. As a reminder, if you are one of our winners, could you please stay on the call for a very quick photo? And please look in your inboxes for a Google form that will detail how I can get your pins and your certificates to you. And then for everyone else, look for the upcoming blog posts with all of the winners in it. But as you start a new year, we hope that you see that you participate in many of the upcoming SAL events. Thank you all, and have a great rest of your day. Awesome. All right. Thank you everyone for staying on. Let me do a screenshot. And get that ready real fast.
And real quick, with me with Campus Rec is actually Kelly Frumpkin now. And so she did the biggest lift on all the data and all the good stuff. So I wanted to vouch her real quick since she got on the call late and missed my unprepared speech.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a few of these. So I'm gonna let you know when I'm taking it, and I'm not great at this. So smile, but hold the smile for like an awkwardly long time, and then we'll try it like 2 or 3 times. Sound good? Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, that was one.
And I'm not sure I should be on these, Kyle, so I should get off so you can have some with just the award. I'm just staying on, so I'll let you all do that and congratulations again, everybody.
Thank you, Bina. All right, the next one, ready, set, go. Okay, and let me do one more. Sorry for this torture. Ready, set, go. Okay, got it. I will look through all of those and I'll look at everyone's faces and pick the one that is the best overall. So I'm going to try to do right by all of y'all. Thank you again. Congratulations. It really does take leaders like you in our field, in student affairs and across the country to do the great work that we do. And we really appreciate your support of SAL and the work that you're doing in the efforts. So thank you all, and celebrate a little bit. Have a great rest of your week.
Great. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Kyle, to you and the team for pulling this all together.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Um,
And thanks for getting my name right. That's perfect.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Because I felt really
Kesmeric.
bad. Kesmeric?
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks,
Cool.
Dan. I miss
Yep.
you.
Good luck. If you ever need anything, give me a holler.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Adios.
All right.